The other passes underneath it in the lead of the race. Sutil very, very slow away from the line now. He does get going, drives towards the middle of the field. Esteban Guerrieri moves across to try and take his line, smashes into the front there of Sutil's car. That breaks the suspension on Sutil's car, takes the tyre off the rim. There is Sutil limping on, but Guerrieri doesn't go much further either. Sutil indeed peels the car out of the way into instant retirement, and Guerrieri leaves the circuit at the very next corner. Meantime, it's Lewis Hamilton then in the lead. The former British Formula Renault champion, won the first race of this series at Hockenheim, won the Bahrain Formula 3 Festival last year, and already he's being able to build up an advantage over the rest of them as the race leaders drop downhill. Lewis Hamilton it is then, building up the lead all the while over the opposition. Hamilton then flashes past the pits, and at the moment putting in a very good drive indeed. Franck Pereira indeed it is in second place at the moment, then third is Loic Duval, fourth is James Rossiter, fifth is Paul di Resta, and then in sixth place going through is Lucas Di Grassi. Behind them, Morrow is in seventh place at the moment, the Frenchman, ex-Formula Renault 2000 driver, but Hamilton then getting away at the moment from Franck Pereira, and then Loic Duval going after him. Across the line he comes. In the meantime, Hamilton leading Pereira. Third then over the line is Loic Duval, and the gap between the top two now as they come across the line, 3.7 seconds. Here's the replay. Pereira arrives far too quickly. The spectators see what's going on, and the car just runs out of road, bang into the tyre wall of Franck Pereira it is, who is going no further, and so now up into second place is Loic Duval. He's about to put a lap there on Esteban Guerrieri, who of course was delayed after his part in the start line accident with Adrian Sutil. And meantime, Lewis Hamilton looks rather set now to put in yet another demonstration drive, just as he did at Hockenheim. Across the line once more comes Lewis Hamilton then. Last year, remember, he drove for Manor Motorsport in this championship for John Booth's team. This year, though, the man from Hertfordshire switching to ASM Formula 3. Very, very successful in cadet karting and all the other karting ranks from 1993 and onwards. Switched to car racing at the end of 2002, and another car off there is Max Gutz, who it is, who's gone off into the tyres, and he's gone in with a fair old force as well. Guerrieri limping back into the race, but he's now some 3 laps behind and really struggling. Hamilton, Duval, Rossiter, Di Resta, Di Grassi, and then Guillaume Morrow is the top 6 after 7 laps out of 29 here at Pau. And then back into the sunlight. A very challenging circuit this, and Guido van der Garde making a mistake at the hairpin. Sebastian Vettel there almost being able to get the run on him. He had a look on the inside, but Guido van der Garde just had the momentum to come out of the corner ahead. Vettel now not as close as he needs to be. Is he going to be able, though, over the next 2 or 3 corners to work his way back onto the tail of van der Garde? That's the intention, no argument about that. Up front then, it's Hamilton ahead of Loic Duval, ahead of James Rossiter. Di Grassi fourth, the red car there of Morrow is fifth, and Guido van der Garde is in 6th place in this first of 2 races at Pau. Comes across the line, tears one of his rip-off visors off, throws it away, and Hamilton now sets himself up for the first corner, threading his way between the guardrails. The gap over Loic Duval is growing all the time. 7.9 seconds as Duval now goes across the start and finish line. As meantime, the second place man, Loic Duval, and the third place man, James Rossiter, offer energetic chase to the leader, but the gap is just too great. Hamilton really having broken them on that first lap, despite being on relatively cold tyres. Lewis Hamilton being able to build up a good cushion over the opposition here. Across the line now goes Duval, and Rossiter this time looking a good deal closer as they go across the line. Maybe Rossiter has a chance to get onto the tail of his teammate now. Loic Duval may have to respond a little bit here if he can, because Rossiter is catching. The gap is down, look, to 2.381 seconds as they go across the line. All the while, though, Lewis Hamilton is getting closer and closer to win number 2 out of 3 races. The ASM F3 car then powering downhill once again. It's going to come across the start and finish line. And this, looking at the clock, could now be the last lap of the race for Lewis Hamilton. And he really has absolutely trounced the opposition here. Granted, there was a bit of a shuffle at the start, which caused 1 or 2 drivers to be delayed, and hence he made a break, but he's not put a wheel wrong. Lewis Hamilton then now just skims the curb there, absolutely inch perfect. Came into car racing with a superb reputation out of karting, and he hasn't really failed to deliver to that. He may not have won every race he started in a car, but certainly he's lived up to an awful lot of that hype. And victory in the 3rd race of the F3 Euroseries for 2005 goes to Lewis Hamilton, and that an absolutely fantastic drive. Never headed, not a wheel wrong, never likely looking as though he was going to lose out. Second across the line is Loic Duval, and James Rossiter chases him home in 3rd. He wins race 1 at Pau with Loic Duval second and James Rossiter third. Then Guillaume Moreau for fourth ahead of Lucas Di Grassi, with Guido van der Garde sixth, Sebastian Vettel seventh and Richard Antonucci in eighth. Lights out, race underway. Good start this time by both Hamilton and Sutil. And Adrian Sutil, in fact, is going to grab the lead as they go down towards the first corner. Loic Duval tucking in third. James Rossiter fourth as they drop down there towards the first corner and swinging their way now through the right-hander to climb uphill. It looks as though Adrian Sutil has just about been able to keep Lewis Hamilton at bay. But at the end of lap one, the leaders flash past the pits. ASM continues to dominate in the F3 Euroseries, but at the moment it is Adrian Sutil ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Third is Loic Duval, Rossiter fourth, Carboni fifth, Pereira is in sixth position. Now the gap between the top two looking a little less possibly this time. Lewis Hamilton now is starting to mount his attack here. Climbing uphill once again. So far, Sutil has done the best lap of the race, but you can see how Hamilton is right up behind him. There's another drama there. Guido van der Garde and Richard Antonucci. Antonucci's yellow car facing the wrong way. Race leaders across the line now. The top two getting away from Loic Duval in third place. Across the line they go. Lewis Hamilton now starting to mount a proper bid here, I think, on his teammate Adrian Sutil. Downhill they come, swinging their way in towards the little chicane. They'll turn left and they'll turn right and then drop down towards the end of the lap. And look at this now for the lead. All of a sudden Hamilton is right on the tail of Adrian Sutil. Across the line they come. Sutil stands his ground on the inside. Lewis Hamilton tries to go the long way around if he can't do it there. Sutil again moving across to the inside line. He's going to run deep into the corner and he goes very wide and he spins into the Armco. Hamilton up the inside, grabs the lead. Adrian Sutil carries on, but has he damaged the car now as a result of that? All of this, though, gives Lewis Hamilton the race lead, and he could be on target for 3 wins out of 4 races, which would be an amazing achievement here. Through he goes, out of the first corner. This is the order: Hamilton, Sutil, Duval, Rossiter. First, second, third, fourth. Carboni is fifth, and then in sixth place as they come across the line is Franck Pereira. In third place, though, still is Loic Duval, and fourth is James Rossiter. Climbing uphill once again now. For second and third places, Sutil versus Duval. It is not really developing into the sort of battle that Loic Duval needs. Adrian Sutil, despite having that moment earlier when the car got sideways and thumped the curb, he is not being reeled in by the Frenchman, and so Sutil, despite any possible damage, looks that he's going to be safe in that second place at the moment. Duval third and Rossiter fourth equally, despite the pace that we saw from him in race one. He's not really being able to get onto terms with his teammates either. There's a stalemate developing now within the top 4, surprisingly. It's Hannes Neuhauser just ahead of his teammate Esteban Guerrieri then as they come across the start and finish line, the two of them absolutely together. Guillaume Moreau tucked up behind them, and Guerrieri now right on the tail of Neuhauser as they come to the corner, and there's contact. Guerrieri hits his teammate from behind. Neuhauser goes straight on. Guerrieri spins and Guillaume Moreau gains 2 places. But there is the man of the weekend so far. Lewis Hamilton has absolutely dominated this. Quickest in both qualifying sessions, a dominant race 1 winner, and he's a dominant race 2 leader as well, making rather solid contact. And the man that he assaults there is number 5, and that is the Japanese driver Kohei Hirati. And that is the top 6 at the moment. You can see that behind Hamilton it is Sutil, Duval, Rossiter, then Carboni and then Pereira. A bit curious this year as to why the numbers in the F3 Euro Series aren't as great as they have been, but still it is a very rich entry in terms of driver quality. The top 6 there on the caption, no change within it. It is still Hamilton at the sharp end and Franck Pereira rounding out the top 6. Not only has he been very fast, indeed the fastest throughout the weekend, but he has been so smooth and so unflustered in his driving. You've not seen him thump a curb, you've not seen him get sideways, you've not seen him lock up. He has not put a wheel wrong in the 2 races this weekend, and this is why Lewis Hamilton is going to be very, very hard to beat in this year's F3 Euro Series. Granted, he comes with quite a bit of baggage in terms of his reputation, certainly promoted and marketed very heavily, but he's able to deliver, he's able to live up to all of that. There is Adrian Sutil, his teammate, chasing him in second place, but he's just not going to catch him. Hamilton has got 1 or 2 back markers ahead he may need to worry about before the end of the race. And now, to make it 3 victories from 4 races, Lewis Hamilton wins here at Po. The ASM F3 team absolutely delighted, and Adrian Sutil makes it a 1-2 for the team as well. Third over the line is Loic Duval, and fourth is going to be James Rossiter. The Po Grand Prix has been all about Lewis Hamilton. 2 pole positions, 2 race wins. and yet more points to increase his lead in the championship. The next stop for the F3 Euro Series is at Spa, supporting the DTM.